Well, good morning and welcome to everyone. Thank you all for being here. This is quite a sight. Quite a sight. This is a fleet worth taking pictures of. So everybody who's taking pictures, good stuff out there. My name is Bob Steidel. I'm Director of Utilities for the City of Richmond, Virginia, and I get to work with all the fine people in Richmond Gas Works. And on behalf of all of us, we want to welcome you to this event. This is the Sea to Shining Sea Rally Stop in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm sure in California the weather was not this good when you all started, because this is what it's always like in Virginia. So we're glad to have you all here. So some of the participants you're going to hear from today, including Mike Kearns, our energy manager, have crossed the country using compressed natural gas as a vehicle fuel. This shows that CNG is a viable alternative fuel option for all different types of vehicles, including the family car, truck, and van. Sometimes we think of this as just a field or a fleet of fuel, but this is also a fuel that will work well for all. At the outset, I do want to recognize and thank our customers for using and publicizing compressed natural gas as a fuel choice. It makes economic and environmental sense. I also want to thank Clean Energy and Quarles Fuels for providing such a great venue to host this event. I also want to recognize and attend as Park Agolastos City Council for the 5th District, and is Delegate Bagby here yet? He will be here to join us at some point this afternoon, or this morning. So since 2011, the city has demonstrated our commitment to CNG as a fuel, which helps to create a greener community through conversion of about 100 city vehicles to operate on CNG fuel. And there are many more to come for the city. And you're going to hear more about other fuel fleet in the city itself. The City of Richmond operates the 8th largest municipally owned gas utility, and the sale of natural gas as a fuel benefits all of us who choose natural gas, whether for industrial, commercial, or residential, heating, cooking, hot water, fireplaces, generators, or vehicle fuel. And a portion of the revenues from the natural gas sales are also used for general city government, such as schools, police, and fire. DPU has and continues to convert customer service vans, sedans, and trucks to CNG fuel, and we will continue to purchase dedicated and biofuel vehicles into the future. This fuel is in our business plan, and I truly hope it's in your business plan also. We know of other plans and other private and public fleets in the area where their operators are going to include CNG as a fuel option, and I believe it's a great fuel and cost-saving option for any public school system. The DPU team is always available to work with any customer on any fleet issues at any time as part of our service commitment to you all. Just one or two little facts. Mike Kearns let me know that the average fuel price paid from Long Beach, California to Richmond, Virginia was $1.81 in gasoline gas equivalents. That's a pretty good deal in the summer of 16. I wish I was going to get that kind of deal when I went on vacation. And each vehicle participating emitted 1,000 pounds of carbon dioxide less than if the engine was a traditional gas-powered vehicle. These are all good messages for our businesses and good messages for the customer. So at this time, I'd like to introduce you to the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Operations for the City of Richmond, Mr. John Bertula.
Try and do this dance. I know. Try not to hit you. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to say thank you all for being here. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in the city, which, as Bob said, it always is. Believe me, I'm not even a politician that can say that. So, unfortunately, Mayor Jones had a scheduling conflict with the event and asked that I stand in to make a few remarks on his behalf and on behalf of our CAO, Selena Cuffey-Glenn. Mayor Jones and the entire city commend all of the rally participants and rally sponsors, the American Public Gas Association, NGV America, on the Sea to Shining Sea Clean Natural Gas Road Rally. We have a great partnership here in the city with the administration and the council. Mr. Agelastos representing the council and is a staunch advocate for all that we do here in the city to keep it green and make it even better. So I'd like to just say that your efforts to help to inform and educate our nation on the benefits of natural gas vehicles and our country's natural gas fueling infrastructure. I'd like to thank Pat Riley for organizing the rally as it not only increases the visibility of CNG as an important, viable alternative fuel. And equally as important, the rally demonstrates that you can drive from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean while being environmentally conscious and also, as Bob said, saving a few dollars along the way. I understand this is the 12th and last stop before completing your journey in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. Well, I want you to know that you picked the right city, the city of Richmond, Virginia, to make this stop. And that's because, as Mayor Jones would say, Richmond is hot. Not temperature-wise. But it truly is a city where the population continues to grow, and as a result, we have one of the hottest housing markets in the country. Businesses are moving into our downtown, and our urban center is more vibrant and more alive than ever before. The city was ranked third best to start a business and third among the top 10 mid-sized cities for economic potential. Our restaurant scene is on fire. Trust me, I'm trying to eat my way through the city of Richmond. National Geographic has called Richmond a top foodie destination, thanks in part to projects the city has backed and supported like Rappahannock, Blue Bee Cider, Hardywood, Stone Brewing, and many others. Just a few suggestions for you out-of-towners that are looking for someplace to go. Hardly a day goes by without Richmond joining another list of cool places to visit, to eat, to start a business, get tattooed, and to live. Just a few weeks ago, Richmond was designated as a playful city. Just before that, we were called a perfect place to spend a long weekend and the modern cultural capital of the South. Thanks to all our outdoor amenities, our beer scene, our cool hotels like the new Quirk Hotel downtown, and our restaurants, which have been named some of the best in America. To accommodate residents and visitors' transportation, we are working to improve our transportation system along the downtown spine as construction of the new bus rapid transit system is underway. And that's a partnership with Henrico County, GRTC, you'll see their buses are here, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and VDOT. We are truly working to implement BRT. It will be great for tourism. It will aid in our poverty reduction efforts through transportation and job creation, and is also vitally important to our sustainability efforts. Since Mayor Jones took office, his administration has worked to further the goals of sustainability to ensure Richmond residents have the highest quality of life possible while improving our environment and enhancing economic development and job creation opportunities. To guide this effort, Mayor Jones unveiled the RVA Green Sustainability Plan in 2012, which was the result of a year-long process of collaboration with community stakeholders, businesses, and residents. The plan includes an ambitious goal of reducing the city government and the community's greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050 using the 2008 as a baseline. That equates to a 1.8 reduction every year. As Bob Steidel has already mentioned, the Department of Public Utilities has converted many of their trucks and vehicles to CNG, as has the Department of Public Works also converted the vast majority of our solid waste trucks to run on CNG and other vehicles in our city. You'll see one of our CNG refuse trucks in the far corner of the lot. It's an operational truck, so we did keep it kind of downwind. But I do want to stress that this effort has helped the city displace over 220,000 gallons of diesel and reduce CO2 by over 1,300 tons since 2012. In addition to building the first city CNG station at Hopkins Road to support our city fleet, we are encouraging our partners such as GRTC, Richmond International Airport, to convert their buses and shuttle fleets to use CNG fueled vehicles. The mayor was at this very site in 2013 although I believe it was a bit colder. Might have been some snow falling, so my statement about it always being like this, not exactly true. But he was here to open this as a public CNG station at that ribbon cutting. And he noted that the opening of this new CNG fueling station is a win-win situation for the environment as well as economically for the city and surrounding metropolitan businesses, residents, visitors, and customers, as they now have another option when it comes to fueling their vehicles. This station will serve as a catalyst to grow natural gas sales, improve our local economy, and to help solidify and build the CNG footprint here in the city of Richmond. The city's objective for this major transportation resources is that the fuel used be both cost-effective and environmentally friendly. CNG has definitely provided us with a low-cost, low-emission solution that we are moving us closer to obtaining our sustainability goals. So thank you again for joining us here today. Special thank you to Pat Riley for organizing the Sea to Shining Sea Road Rally, and also to the American Public Gas Association, NGV America. Together you're showing that CNG vehicles can travel across this nation and be environmentally friendly. Welcome again to Richmond. I truly do hope you enjoy your visit. We look forward to having you as tourists, and we hope that you take the time to truly explore our city, recreate, have some fun. We have plenty of places to eat, plenty of places to enjoy something in the way of adult beverages. So and if you have any questions about that on your stop here, I'm sure Mike Kearns, who is the original beach boy and surfer from his time in Long Beach, California, but he will be happy to help you out. Now I have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium the Director of the Department of General Services, Office of Fleet Management Services, Mike Bisigno. In that position, Mike oversees the maintenance, repair, replacement of the statewide fleet comprising of approximately 4,000 vehicles. Additionally, he manages the fuel contracts used by the state agencies and local governments and the fleet conversion to alternative fuels. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Thank you and good morning. Thank you to the City of Richmond, Department of Utilities for setting up this event. My name is Mike Bisogno. I am the Director of the Office of Fleet Management Services for the Commonwealth of Virginia. The CNG Vehicle Road Rally certainly exemplifies the progress that has already been made within the industry of alternative fuels. And the fact that you can now drive from coast to coast on nothing but compressed natural gas is certainly a mark of success for the industry. And the Commonwealth of Virginia is excited to have compressed natural gas as part of its alternative fuels portfolio. Combined with propane, autogas, and E85, the OFMS centralized fleet has displaced 167,000 gallons of gasoline last fiscal year. To do this, back in 2012, the Commonwealth of Virginia's Department of General Services and the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy embarked on a public-private partnership to transition the entire state fleet over to alternative fuels. To do this, the process required industry leaders in vehicle manufacturing, alternative fuels infrastructure, producers of alternative fuels, and alternative fuels experts to partner amongst themselves and also with government to develop a plan. We're leaning on all the experts out there to help us transition the state fleet to alternative fuels. As a result, this site was part of that initiative. The PPA process resulted in contracts for fueling infrastructure, vehicle conversions, and fuel pricings for both CNG and propane. These contracts, when put together, were established to be cooperative and to encourage participation from other public bodies. This site, as part of that, certainly exemplified that whole process, as our biggest partner, City of Richmond, helped establish and be the anchor fleet here at the CNG Clean Energy site. Again, to take this all one step further the implementation of alternative fuels, the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy has coordinated the use of congestion mitigation and air quality funding to help offset some of the cost delta between converting a alternative fuel vehicle from gasoline or diesel to alternative fuels. This funding is available to state agencies and all local public bodies within non-attainment and maintenance areas throughout Virginia. The Department of General Services Division of Purchase Supply has also been hard at work ensuring that we have CNG factory orderable vehicles on statewide contracts so that all public bodies have easy access to alternative fuel vehicles. Now, because of the Commonwealth's diverse missions and operating environments, having an alternative fuels portfolio has been certainly a key to our success for converting the state fleet. The Commonwealth's first big success was compressed natural gas, is shown over here. It's the state mail services. So the entire operation of running state mail throughout the capital has been running on dedicated compressed natural gas. Together, and it's just been a few years, they've already put 130,000 miles on the clock, and we've had little to no problems out of the compressed natural gas. We're also seeing compressed natural gas vehicles being used with Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy, and also our Department of Corrections has started to transition using also compressed natural gas. Our propane vehicles are also being used by Department of Motor Vehicles, Virginia Commonwealth University, Department of Environmental Quality, as well as our Bureau of Facilities Management. To date, when we look at the entire state fleet, the Commonwealth centralized fleet, we're now running about 75% of alternative fuel vehicles when we look at compressed natural gas, propane, and E85 ethanol. Even though we certainly have a long way to come with compressed natural gas, this is a very encouraging event to see that the industry has come a long way. Like I said, we are very excited in the Commonwealth to be using natural gas. It saves quite a bit of money and is a much greener option for us when we can make all the economics work out. And it's certainly exciting to see where the automotive industry is headed, and as we continue our transition to alternative fuels. I just want to thank everyone for your time this morning, and certainly excited to see where this all goes. Thank you.
Boy, I like to hear that too. I'll put in a plug again. The state contract's got vehicles on it. We can buy them really easily. Great to have. All right, next I'd like to introduce Nick DeAndrea. He's Vice President of State Government Affairs at UPS. Nick is responsible for public policy that affects all UPS entities in Virginia as well as Maryland, Delaware, West Virginia, and Kentucky. He's a tireless advocate on issues relating to UPS's alternative fuels and sustainability strategy. As the first package delivery company to introduce alternative fuel tractors into its fleet, UPS operates one of the largest private alternative fuel and advanced technology fleets in the U.S. UPS has been a long partner in the support of CNG, and we are honored to have him with us today. And I'm sure you all have been following this. They truly have been innovators in the field. We're very happy to have them. Please join me in welcoming Nick to the podium.
Well, thank you, Bob, and thank you for the folks that organized this and put it together. Before I begin, do I need to stand? Can everybody see me okay? All right, I just want to make sure. Some of you laughed, some of you got it. That's good. And then I will tell you right now, this is the best weather that I've had in Richmond in probably the 7 or 8 times that I've been here. So I'm certainly appreciative of that. And if you haven't noticed, I have definitely made sure to stop at every restaurant in the city in those few times that I've been here. But thanks again, and on behalf of the 8,000 UPS employees in the Commonwealth of Virginia and the 400,000 employees that we have worldwide, thank you for allowing me to be here today to talk about our investment and our success story with natural gas. And I hope you had a chance to view our CNG tractor trailer back there. We brought her because she's literally 4 days old. So if you didn't get a chance to take a look at her, make sure you do, and notice that wonderful looking Cummins engine in there as well. We at UPS strive to be the leader in the transportation industry on sustainability, given that our industry is heavily dependent on carbon-based fuels. Anything we can do to drive down the amount of noxious gases in the air is a win for UPS and a win for the environment. And the fact that natural gas is abundant and generally cheaper than diesel is an added bonus. Now notice I said generally cheaper, but we all know that the price of gasoline will eventually rise. We've made a significant investment in LNG and CNG fueling stations, not just in Virginia, but across the country. We currently have 3,700 natural gas vehicles that roam the country, with 168 of those vehicles between tractor trailers and package cars located here in Richmond and also in Roanoke. Our investment is reaching a tipping point in the fact that we have committed to drive 1 billion miles by 2017. And I can tell you right now, we are going to beat that, and I guarantee you that by the end of this quarter, or end of the fourth quarter of this year, we will surpass that goal. And that is an accomplishment for not just UPS, but it's an accomplishment for everybody here because you all have made that investment as well. I just want to mention too that there are various variables that we take into account when we looked at where we were going to put these vehicles. And I think for those of you that out there that have made the conversion, there's some important variables that you have to look at, and that's recouping your investment. A lot of people don't realize that the tractor trailers that we purchase and the package cars that we purchase cost more to be able to have the natural gas advantage. And for instance, that tractor trailer right there probably costs almost double what a diesel tractor trailer would cost. And so the key is, and everybody here needs to work together, we need to get states to incentivize the incremental cost of the fleets. And I know they're doing it on the public sector side. We need to do it on the private sector side as well, because a lot of folks are going to wait for that to happen, and a lot of states have done that. Florida comes to mind, where there's incentives on the natural gas vehicles, and I can't tell you how many stations have popped up and how much use of private fleets have done the retrofits and transferred over. So I think it's important for all of us. We need to encourage our local officials and elected officials to make sure that they put incentives in for the natural gas vehicles. And a lot of states have already done a very good job of equalizing the tax on the fuel that existed in previous times, where it was not equalized to its gasoline gallon equivalent. So there's a lot of work that's been done. There's a lot of work left to do. And I know that I'm proud to be here today to congratulate everybody on a job well done. And we look forward to continue our investment in the compressed natural gas, and certainly for those that are out there that haven't made the conversion yet, I say to you this: there are 10 words that have brought down more businesses that I can think of, and that's not how we've done it in the past. So this is the right thing to do. Let's move forward.
All right, next I'm going to ask that Gary Parker and Joel Wolfinger come up here. But before they do, I really want to thank them. If it wasn't for Clean Energy and Quarles and that little green sign over there right now, we wouldn't be standing here. It was their vision that brought this forward, and I really do want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. Gary is the Business Development Manager of the Mid-Atlantic region of Clean Energy, and Joe is the Manager of Business Development for Quarles. And as I said, we are so deeply appreciative of all the work that these gentlemen and their companies have done here in Richmond to bring CNG. Gentlemen.
Thank you all for being here today. I'll try to keep my comments short so we don't have to put on sunscreen. Welcome on behalf of Clean Energy to our Maury Street station, and thank you for being here. As industry leaders, you represent the spearhead that will be this drive in CNG, whether you know it or not. I'm pleased to stand beside Mr. Joel Wolfinger of Quarles Petroleum, who's been a wonderful company and partner to us here at Clean Energy, and gave us some real estate to build on and be our flagship here in the downtown area. We found that Quarles' Mid-Atlantic base of fueling stations are strategically placed to allow us to grow our clean energy sites, and here in the Commonwealth specifically. Along with this station, we have our Dulles operation, also a Quarles site, and we're working on a few others. But I'd like to tell you now that up in Rockville, Maryland, we'll be breaking ground on a new facility in Quarles to help our DC traffic. Virginia is no stranger to CNG, but we hope to make it even more readily available to the general public in the heavily populated areas of Virginia. Case in point, I see Mr. George Ritchak of the City of Chesapeake in the crowd today. Pleased to announce the City of Chesapeake has partnered with Clean Energy to make their private station public-private partnership. And we hope to have that built before football breaks. A little history on this particular station. It was built 4 years ago, as previously said, and the city has fueled since day one. They have expanded their fleet year after year, and they have experienced environmental benefits that the city has seen none before. Positive economic returns, operational cost reductions, and the larger goal of having a green fleet, they've checked all those boxes. And I'm proud to have watched Virginia, and specifically Richmond, benefit from so many alternative fuels. You've heard some CNG fun facts today, but here's one I'd like you to put in your back pocket if you're a fleet operator or driver. If you're driving any one of these vehicles, and if you live in 64 or 264, you can get on the HOV lane free of charge. and put that in your back pocket if you have some drivers that would benefit from some mental anguish of dealing with the local Hampton Roads traffic. In closing, I wanted to say thank you again for your time. And if you have any questions about clean energy, I'm happy to answer them after the presentations have concluded. And if I haven't met you before today, please reach out and shake my hand. We'd like to expand this network of fueling stations, and you are a big part of that project. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Joel Wolfinger of Quarles Fueling Network.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody here and really thank the City of Richmond and Clean Energy for putting this together. I'm just thinking back to 2011 when we opened up the station in a snowstorm and saw the pictures from that, and it's quite a change. And then I think we maybe had 1 or 2 vehicles out here on this lot, and I'm looking around and there's at least 15, 20. And it's amazing how much the growth has happened. Quarles Petroleum is very happy to be a partner with Clean Energy. We have 125 of these fueling stations in the Mid-Atlantic. And as we say, we only have 3 right now, but it's been 3 more than we had 4 years ago. So we're excited about the partnership. We're looking forward to the station opening up in Rockville, Maryland. And thank you very much for being here today.
Well, now it's time to hear a few words from our road warriors. We want to bring up a couple that have been on their way here from California. I understand with just 1 ticket between the entire caravan, which is pretty darn good. So they've come over 3,000 miles with the CNG fuel vehicles to demonstrate how available, accessible, environmentally beneficial, and economic it is to use on the long haul. So please join and welcome me to the podium Pat Riley, General Manager of Gibson County Utility District, and Mike Kearns, our own Energy Services Manager here in Richmond. Thank you all very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I know it's hot. We'll hurry up. This is the 12th stop of a 13-stop national road rally. I'm the NGV chairman for the American Public Gas Association. Pitched the idea to them about a year ago. They wanted me to reach out to NGV America, and then AGA come on board. So they're our presenting sponsors. And I want to also recognize the 44 sponsors on our banners here in front of us, because without their help, we couldn't have made this happen. This has been a very exciting road trip. Every stop we went to, people were so appreciative. Number one, we came to their city, but number two, it was almost an infusion of excitement again. It's been very difficult with the pricing the way it's been. It's real easy to get down in the dumps, but this is another way to get people excited. Passion, vision, enthusiasm. We won't let that die. We won't let it happen in this CNG business, because we know it's good for America. Like I said, everybody has kind of done the same thing. They've just gone all aboard and above to do this. But I wanted to give you a quote from Dwight Eisenhower. He says, "I only have one yardstick by which I test every major problem, and that yardstick is it good for America?" There's not a person standing here today, there's not a person here on this stage that don't think it's good for America, or we wouldn't be standing here. And then during this rally, we celebrated Memorial Day, and we celebrated the 72nd anniversary of D-Day. I say that because there's been men and women in this country that lay their lives down so that we can be here today to promote American fuel, an American product. That is what it's all about. It's clean, it's green, and I want to give you some of the figures, raw data that we took from the field as we went across. Coming in here to Richmond today from California, we drove 3,143 miles. The average price per gallon that I calculated was $1.85 a gallon. The cheapest we heard of was in Oklahoma City at 35 cents. There were stations we stopped at was anywhere from 79 cents to 95 cents. The amount of fuel we burned was 136 gallons, and the total cost I have calculated for my pickup truck over there was $251. There's not a family in America that cannot stand that for their budget. And with their budget like that, they can spend more money, they can stimulate this economy, they can have a better family life, and that's what's good for America as well. So I have a passion about this. I've had it for over 6 years. The truck that I drove, that F-150 over there, it had 105,000 miles on it when I left. I had no qualm about going across the country, and those of us that have done this actually have gone across the country twice, because Michael had to go back home, and we're about to go back home to Tennessee when we leave Washington tomorrow. If that's not further proof that this is a viable source of transportation for America, I don't know what is. But thank you, Richmond. Thank you for being part of this rally. Hope this will continue. Hope this will be a spur for all state and local officials to see what's going on. It's been interesting as we've gone across the country to see what each state has done and what they're trying to do. Let's all pull together. I know I told Governor Fallon out in Oklahoma City, I said this rally is more like a revival. Let's don't get down in the dumps. The cord that we have strung across America, there are Americans in Long Beach, California, just like there are in Richmond, Virginia, and we're all going to pull together, right? Make this happen. All right, thank you very much. Michael? Now what stays on the road, stays on the road, Michael.
Good morning, I'm Mike Kearns, Energy Services Manager for DPU. I didn't have anything prepared. It's, in fact, stepping up behind Pat is almost impossible. He's been an excellent speaker for CNG across America, and I probably see his enthusiasm for him. I just wanted to mention that in my travels, I've seen a lot of good ideas regarding CNG. I want to bring those back to Richmond so that we can make our programs even better. It's been a great revenue source for DPU. We've almost been doubling our sales each year for the last 4 or 5 years in CNG. We want to keep that momentum up, because it is a not only environmentally the best fuel for transit and heating your houses and your hot water cooking with, but it's also an excellent revenue source for the city year-round. These CNG facilities sell gas day in, day out, hot or cold, and that's exactly the kind of load factor we're looking for at the city gas utility. And so my comments are mainly business-wise. It's great for us, and even better, it's great for the environment. So thank you very much.
All right, we're getting there. But we've got some really great news here. Here in the city and at the Utilities Department, we try innovation and leadership is an essential building block to success. And the other thing you heard about Nick saying, don't do things the same way. Shake it up. The only way to be successful is find new ways to do things. We're firmly committed through our CNG product to empower businesses to focus on environmentally responsible economic enhancement and empowering people. In this mind, we're proud to present for the first time DPU's Innovation and Leadership Award. So please join me in welcoming John back to the podium, and on behalf of the St. Catherine School team, Bill Stovall and his group. Is it just you, Bill?
It's just me.
It's just Bill.
I have a couple guys out here with me, but
Well, we're gonna bring them up. Let me just say a few remarks in regards to this. So, this is truly a wonderful opportunity to make a very special presentation to a local entity that has shown outstanding stewardship of the environment. Years ago, everyone believed that large diesel buses were the most efficient method of moving large groups of people and students, in this case, from various neighborhoods to school facilities. After years of receiving complaints on the environmentally unfriendly vehicles and faced with an aging fleet, a dramatic change was needed. It was determined that a real environmental impact could be demonstrated to the student body, parents, and the community at large by investing in the tried and true green fuel technology of clean natural gas. The school has embarked on a 5 to 7 year process of transitioning their fleet to CNG. Currently, they have 2 CNG shuttle buses, a heavy 65 passenger CNG bus, and operates a F-250 CNG truck, and are currently in the process of adding another CNG heavy bus to their fleet. The school has also built their own fueling station to ensure flexibility. Plans call for 90% of their fleet to be CNG fueled in the next 5 years. As the only educational institution in the Commonwealth of Virginia with an on-campus CNG fueling station, St. Catherine's initiative to bring CNG fuel vehicles to their fleet is a true demonstration of innovation and leadership. So in recognition of the advancement and the promotion of clean energy through the development and operations of an on-campus CNG fueling facility, the City of Richmond proudly presents this Innovation and Leadership Award to St. Catherine's School.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Let me just tell you that the award says City of Richmond, Virginia, Department of Public Utilities, Innovation Leadership Award, and it's presented to St. Catherine's School in recognition of the school's advancement and promotion of clean energy through the development and operation of an on-campus CNG fueling station. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. May I add one thing?
You may.
I just want to thank my school, St. Catherine's School, our head of school, Dr. Terry Shucklehoff, and my business manager, Peter Pastor. Without their 110% support, none of this would have happened. And that big bus over there, I did the Sea to Shining Sea route last December from Sacramento to Richmond in 4 days. Route 66.
That is truly what's impressive about Richmond. We truly have innovators, we truly have leaders, and we're all very proud of St. Catherine's and for their continued efforts. Let me just say that Delegate Bagby has arrived. Welcome. So I'd like to thank all the speakers for their contributions to the event this morning. Bob, Mike, Nick, Gary, Joe, Pat, Mike, thank you. Our sincerest thanks to the event sponsors whose sponsorship and collaboration and the hands-on participation has been invaluable. Thank you to Alan Harden with VCC, Gary Parker with Clean Energy, Joe Wolfinger from Quarles for hosting us here, and last but certainly not least, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today to take a closer look at CNG and to welcome to Richmond, the Sea to Shining Sea CNG Road Rally. You try saying that. We wish them safe travels in their trip to DC, and please join us for some light refreshments and get a bite to eat, and I encourage you to stroll around, take a look at some of the great vehicles that are here, and thank you all for your participation and for being here today.